I'm Joshua Parker, known as DJ Parker, and this is Unique Beatz Studio. You're here for another Parker radio show.
Hey everybody, let's go. I'm hoping that you're ready for another episode. You know we play that music in the UB studio. And now it's time to welcome everybody to the Parker radio show. Everybody, let's go. I'm hoping that you're ready for another episode. You know we play that music in the UB studio. And now it's time to welcome everybody to the Parker radio show.
How we doing out there, everybody? We're here for another Parker radio show, here live at Unique Beatz Studio. With special thanks to our nation's finest, thank you for your service. Want target relief fast? Now you can enjoy the best-selling One Less CBD Tropical Inflammation Cream. Get yours for free, plus shipping. Limited time offer. Go to www.onelesscbd.com/UB-radio. Let's start off by telling us a little bit about yourself and how you came to love music.
Well, I've been probably making up songs since I could talk, probably maybe before I could talk, and I finally started writing them down when I was about 9 years old, and music kind of chose me. I know some people discover it later, but it kind of was always there, and had some great mentors along the way, like my guitar teacher who encouraged me to make songwriting a skill, not just a talent, and like really work at the honing this if something came to me.
So what were some of your lives at a young age?
I grew up absolutely loving Tanya Tucker, like his old country, real country stuff, and Marshall Tucker Band. I've always liked the rebels of music a little bit, people that were a little better, I guess, if that makes any sense.
Sure.
The ones that kind of did their own thing and kind of
Okay.
there's a lot of more rock. I mean, Janis Joplin, even like Susan Tedeschi, people like that, and even people like Pink, but it seems like the theme of rebels of music has continued. So I like things that are unique and that people that like, they put music out because they really like it and they really believe in it and it says what they want it to say, not just because everybody else will agree with it kind of thing, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, totally. So Pink, isn't she a pop artist?
Yeah, she is, but she's a great writer.
Okay.
And I love listening to her stuff that she's written. You know, I really like listening to people who are a little bit off cuff that really, it's true to them and they write what they feel and they go from there, and it's kind of like you either like it or you don't, but I tend to like it. So
Right, so you're mixing some pop with a little bit of rock and some blues. That's interesting.
oh yeah, I listened to a lot of like Etta James and even Aretha Franklin and some of that really soul music. I got to go down and write down in Muscle Shoals, which has been truly amazing, and that's where we actually recorded our albums.
So let's talk a little bit about your performing. How would you describe your onstage personality?
I am a rocker. I definitely still have country influence, but I think there's a big difference between being a singer and being an entertainer, and I've always just really loved the entertainers of the business. You know, I was never as much on the Garth bandwagon as a lot of people, but when I saw him in concert in the 90s, like his show was so great that I realized, okay, that's the difference between an entertainer and a singer. Same with like Reeve.
Yes.
An opportunity, my drummer couldn't make a show back in South Carolina one weekend, and my guitar player and I had happened to meet Artemis Pyle from Leonard Skinner a few months before when we were doing a show back home and on a morning show back home. And Artemis gave us his phone number and he said, oh, if you ever need anything, call. And I said, okay. So my theory is if you don't ask, the answer is no. So I called Artemis and I left him a voicemail and I just said, hey, this is Amanda. We met on the York Carolina show. I have a question for you. I didn't say what it was, but then I sent him the picture we took so he would remember who I was. He said, oh, here's the picture we took, because I figured he's not going to call somebody random back if he doesn't remember who they are. But he called me back and I asked him if he could play the show that was coming up in a few months that my drummer couldn't make, and he ended up saying yes and playing with us. So that's definitely one of the coolest memories is having Leonard Skinner's drummer play drums with our band. So
Very nice. That's exciting.
it was very cool. And there were people that came just to see him, which I didn't care one bit because I was like, this is cool to me too.
Right. Would you rather perform in front of a big crowd or a smaller, intimate setting?
I think there are pros and cons to both. I think it's easier to perform in front of people I don't know. There's something to be said about being in a big crowd, but there's also something to be said about performing in a small setting where you can actually like interact with the crowd a little more personally. I think that like I said, I think that both have their perks, and I think that there's a place for both of them. Of course, I love having a big crowd that's interacting with us, but I also like to be able to interact one-on-one with people, and that I think helps build rapport between you and your audience.
So, if you could perform anywhere with anyone, where would you perform and who would you want to perform with the most?
Charlie Daniels was always my one that I always said until he passed away. I would really like to do a USO or AFE tour. I feel like that's one of the few ways that I could honor the military without being in the military, whatnot. And I would love, love, love to do that. And you're gonna laugh again, but I think that I would love to do a show with Pink. I think it would be really cool to be able to mix those genres and just the energy that she brings, I think would be really, really fun.
I would want to buy tickets to that show.
Yes,
I
it
like
would
Pink
be
as
so
well.
awesome.
I listen to a lot of different artists, or a lot of different genres, I should say.
Yeah.
And I'm big into blues right now. So I think mixing blues in with country, like there's a few artists like Drayden I just interviewed yesterday. Drayden Gordon,
Cool.
he's with Jill as well. He's more of a blues player, and I think mixing those different genres, though, like I'm saying, is great. A lot of these artists are doing that, and it's putting a different twist to it. So,
Absolutely. I call mine Southern rock and soul because it's a mixture
so
of Southern rock, country, blues, and I don't feel the need to get stuck into one little box.
so besides music, what are some of your favorite pastime activities, hobbies, or interests that you enjoy doing?
Well, I have two awesome doggies, so I love playing with my dogs. I love being outdoors. I majored in exercise science in college because I have this weird other side. I always say I'm blessed and cursed with well-roundedness, but I'm kind of a science nerd as well. I like to build things and carve things out of wood, build furniture. I make earrings. I do a little bit of this and a little bit of that. I really enjoy creating, whether it's music or other items as well. So
Very
I'm
nice.
one of the few girls I know that has her own roofing nail gun.
So, for our listeners, how would we go about viewing those items? Or you have a website or somewhere they can order from?
Oh, I do have some of my creations out there I have an Instagram for it called APC Create, which is separate from my music, but it's got some of my earrings and some of my little carvings that I've made over the years and stuff like that people can order customized items if they would like. So,
So feel free to check that out. I think I'm
yeah.
going to. Maybe I might find something on there that my spouse could wear or use. But give me 3 words that you would describe your personality and why.
I hate to use the word authentic because it's so popular right now, but authentic, I would say quirky and silly. People
Okay.
that get to know me know that I'm very silly, so people might not see that side of me until they get to know me really well. I'm kind of a little bit of an introvert, but once people get to know me, they do see that silly side of me.
Why would you describe yourself that way?
I don't take life too seriously. I mean, I do take things seriously, but I also really believe in keeping that surviving child around. There's a great quote, and it's been attributed to multiple people. I'm not sure who actually said it first, whether it was Maya Angelou or someone else, because I've seen it attributed to multiple people. But it says the creative adult is the child who survived. And I find that amazing because I feel like more of us should allow our children or inner child to survive. Because I think that's where creativity comes from. And the beautiful innocence of just enjoying the little things in life can come from that childlike viewpoint.
Fan interaction is an important part of being an artist and the most rewarding. Any stories you have about fans that stood out to you? Maybe a first autograph story, or maybe a first time a fan noticed you in public?
I have had one of those, which was entertaining. I was actually shopping for Halloween outfits with a coworker of mine, and a girl came up to me and she was like, "Wait, you're Amanda Page Cornett, right?" And I was like, "Yes." And I was kind of like taken aback. She said, "My dad and I, before I moved here, saw you performing at the airport. And I remember I had your guitar pick." And she said, and it was very, my friend looked at me like, "Did that just happen?" Because, in Nashville, like everybody's a singer-songwriter, so it was kind of funny to have somebody come up. But one of the coolest interactions I've had with a fan was I had a girl message me on Facebook and say she had found my song Soldier's Girl, and she asked me if she could use it for her brother-in-law's funeral who had just been killed in action in Afghanistan. And as a songwriter, that was one of the most humbling, amazing, and awful compliments you could get.
Yes, we do a lot of support for our troops, so if you plan to work on an event or something like that in your area, feel free to let me know. I'd love to come out and help support.
Yes, I loved it. We've played a lot of the VFWs and as well as, oh my gosh, I can't think of the other one. And Beatz, different places like that.
The
Over the last
Legion.
few years. The Legion, that's what I was looking for. Thank you. I couldn't think of it.
No, you're totally
My
fine.
brain.
Now, I
And
know
so
you were.
I love supporting.
Yeah, go ahead. You're fine.
That's all I was gonna say.
Oh, okay. I know you were featured in a 2009 movie called The Junkyard Dog. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, oddly enough, I auditioned to be a stunt double in that movie. I do some acting here and there, and in Nashville, we don't really have certified stunt doubles like they do in LA. In LA, you have to go through extensive training, but in Nashville, we don't have that. So I went out because I have gymnastics experience and happened to talk to the guy that owned the property where they were filming, which was a junkyard. And he said, "Oh yeah, they're looking for some original music too." And just after chatting with the guy, ended up submitting some of our music to the movie and ended up getting to sing one of our songs, a song I wrote with the Mulch Brothers in the movie Junkyard Dog. So it was kind of cool.
Very nice. Very. And now, if we want to listen to that or watch it, where do we go to get the
You
movie? Is
can,
the movie out?
Junkyard Dog it's periodically been on Netflix. Sometimes it's been on other streaming networks. I've noticed it kind of rotates on and off. It has Vivica Fox in it and Brad Dourif, and it's not a kids movie, just so you know. But if kids want to watch it, my scene is before anything gruesome happens, so that's good. I'm basically just playing myself in a bar, and an FBI agent comes up on stage in the middle of our song and interrupts us, and that was Vivica Fox, and it was pretty cool. She was a lot of fun to meet.
So we're very excited to hear Someone to Miss Me. Tell us a little bit about that and how you wrote that story.
That song was a very personal story. I came home from, I believe it was a gig, and was just having one of those moments where being single kind of just got to me. And I remember sitting down on the floor with my dogs and thinking that, and I don't know if I said it out loud or just thought, man, sometimes I wish I had someone to miss me. And I got the opportunity to go down to Muscle Shoals, Alabama, and write with Mark Narmore, Carl Holder, and Spooner Oldham. And we ended up writing at Fame Studio, which is, I mean, a dream come true. It's where Southern Rock was created. And while we were there, we wrote 2 songs that morning, and then Carl and Mark and I got together that afternoon, and it kind of just wrote itself. And it was just it's a very raw, honest song. We ended up recording it with just a grand piano and vocals because our original work tape of it was done that way, and there was something magical about it. We did a demo of it with full band, and it lost some of that magic. So when we went in to do the full album, we decided to go back to just the piano vocal on that song and just let it be raw and let the song be the song. and not mess it up with anything else.
So tell us how you like to interact with your fans and what you have coming up here in the future that fans will enjoy.
Look at it like, artists are just people too. So we're all just people. So I always encourage people, like, if they're at a show, come say hi. Don't be afraid to come say hi. Like, I want to meet people. I want to know if something we did made a difference, made an impact, or if you just enjoyed the show. I mean, it's very important, at least to my band and I, that other people have just as much fun watching us as we do while we're on stage. And so we have a few shows coming up right now. I'm finishing up this. We've got a few more shoots for this music video that we're going to be putting out, but the Someone to Miss Me video should be out Friday, I believe. And we've got some shows coming up in November for Alumni Association for University of Florida. We have a couple other shows coming up that we're just kind of gearing up and trying to get back on the road again now that places are opening back up longer than they were. Because for a while there, they would only book out so far just in case there was another shutdown or whatnot. So we're trying to get back out on the road more consistently.
Well, very nice. It's always a pleasure having you on the show, Amanda. I want to thank you for taking the time out to do this interview with us here on the Parker Radio Show powered by Unique Beatz. You're a great new addition to our lineup of artists, and we are honored to air your song, Someone to Miss Me. You can find out more about Amanda at amandapagecornett.com for more upcoming events and concert events.
Yes, thank you so much for having me.
It ain't hard to find someone to hold. Don't need one who wants to control. Well, I could find somewhere to lay my head, but I don't need a cold, empty bed. No, I don't need a cold, empty bed. Sometimes I wish I had someone to miss me, someone who'd worry if I didn't make it home, one who lives just to kiss me. Oh, I wish I had someone to miss me. Oh, I wish I had someone to miss me. It's getting harder and harder to find a man with more than one thing on his mind. And it might sound a little old-fashioned, but I believe in true love and passion. I believe in true love and passion. Sometimes I wish I had someone to miss me, someone who'd worry if I didn't make it home, one who lives just to kiss me. Oh, I wish I had someone to miss me. Oh, I wish I had someone to miss me. wish I had someone to miss me. To miss me.
This is D-Shot Renard, and you're listening to the Parker Radio Show. It's that home with the good stuff, home with the new music everybody wanna listen to, so tell me what you really gonna do. When we got DJ Parker on the ones and twos, D-Shot on the beat, so you know we can't lose. Check me out on Instagram at D-Shot Renard, and also check out D-Shot_1 on TikTok for some more daily raps and freestyles.